Thank you so much for joining me on my set today. Over the few days, I've been trying to, create my artwork while I'm having a conversation and while I'm talking about my artwork. And, there are times when I dig into real life, speaking about normal things that we go through as artists, as just normal human beings. So thank you for tuning in. It's quite an encouragement knowing that there are people who are out there watching my videos. As an artist, this is a life where you tend to get so lonely because we spend a lot of our time being creative so that people can see what we've been producing over time. And we lock ourselves in the art room, in the studios, in the workshops. So whenever I'm working and liaising with you, it's quite an encouragement knowing that someone is watching over there. So please, if you haven't yet subscribed to this new channel of mine, please just do me a favor and hit the subscription button. And you can also go on that upper part of the subscription and click on all, so that whenever I release a video and post a video, you're able to watch what we are on, what level we are on right now. Yeah, I'm so happy to produce with you. So wherever you are, sit tight, grab a cup of coffee, grab a glass of juice, a glass of water, and let's begin creating. Whenever we are creating things to do with macrame, I tend to use the flat iron a lot. So that's why I'm now cleaning it, because it tends to get so dirty because I use it a lot in my workshop. And many people don't know what to do when the flat iron is all full of dirt. So what I've used in this video, I've shown you how we clean the flat iron. I'm using medicine. I'm using tablets. They're Panadol tablets. I have quite a number of them in a tin, so I can easily pick some and use them in my workshop. So whenever you rub those tablets on the surface of the flat iron, it cleans it. But you have to do this when the flat iron is connected to the power, so that it heats up. And as it heats up and you rub the Panadol onto the surface, it automatically melts. And as it's melting, it's cleaning, it's rubbing off all the dirt from the surface. Yeah, and so as you can see right now, the flat iron is moving smoothly and it's not like leaving dirt or anything shabby on my artworks. So in this journey of creating, people, customers or clients like getting products that are really nice looking. So whenever I'm producing, I try to, of course, my production table could be a bit clogged up and shabby, but the final product normally is the opposite of the workshop, or the opposite of the working table. I try my level best to produce a product that will eventually, attract a buyer, because we produce for our satisfaction and we also produce for the satisfaction of our customers. So whenever I'm creating, I have that in mind, though at times it's not fair for me to say that whatever product I produce comes out all fancy looking and bright and all colorful and neat. The times when I produce products and I'm like, really, am I the one who has produced this? Yeah, it happens a lot. And that's when I use the method. When I was still at the university, there's a lecturer who used to tell us that in art, we build and we unbuild, we produce and we destroy. So when we produce a product and at the end of the road you feel it doesn't make any sense, it's very wise for you to dismantle that product. For me, that's what I was told. So that, whenever you produce a product, it has your name on it. and whoever sees the product is like, yeah, now it's Joel who has produced this product. So if it looks shabby, it looks dirty, and it's not well done, people will be like, this is how Joel produces. So if you feel that what you've produced isn't appealing to your eye, just know that it will never be appealing to the customer or the client that you're working for. So most of the times I quickly dismantle those products and I begin the new journey of creating. It's not easy, but there's nothing to do. You're here to produce nice work that is appealing to people's eyes. I'm so privileged that I've met so many artists here in Uganda, in my country, and of course even abroad. I remember when this one time I traveled to Germany, and I had an exhibition with a German artist. He's called Demir. Shouts out to Demir if you're watching this video. He's a great artist. He's a great painter. He's a great sculptor, and he has a very good sense of humor. He's a very, very nice artist. So whenever I went to his workshop before me doing an exhibition with him, his art studio was all looking nice. He's a very neat guy, and when he's producing, he makes sure that he produces very nice work, clean work. I really picked a lot of inspiration from his workshop whenever I would visit his workshop. And I would say I've taken long not traveling to Germany, but whenever I see him online, I'm like, yeah, that's my man. I know I picked a leaf from him, because wherever we go, we need to learn certain things from different people. That's how we keep on growing, and that's how we, help others as well. Because just know, if I hadn't maybe visited his workshop, I could not maybe help myself in my own workshop, and I wouldn't have gotten any knowledge to pass out to other people. So whenever I travel, whenever I'm moving around, I try to learn something. It might not be that someone is directly telling me that Joel, do this and this, but just the mere me looking at the art piece and maybe looking through someone's gallery, someone's workshop, there's something I'm picking. There's something I'm learning. This journey of art has really been so long. I began creating art, I would say, when I was still young, but of course everyone, when they're still young, we are all creators. There's a saying that goes, all children are artists. Every child is a creative. So when I was still young, I used to create a lot. And of course, when I was still a kid, I didn't know that I'll turn out to be an artist. But of course, as you grow older, you really feel like this is kind of like a calling for you to be a creator. And back in the day here in Uganda, art wasn't, the own thing. Like, you would not come out in public and tell people, hey guys, I'm an artist, I'm gonna make money. It is not something that you would boldly say to people that I'm going to be an artist. So it was really quite tough. And originally, of course, I wanted to be an engineer, and the kind of subjects that I took on in high school were basically like science subjects, because I did physics, I did mathematics, and of course economics, and of course I also did some arts here and there. But along the journey of high school, you realize that you're more inclined towards art. Much as I wouldn't say that I was performing badly in the science subjects, but there's a way my heart was more inclined to creating and being innovative, and I would produce a lot of artworks for my fellow students at school. So I really felt this could be my calling, because at some point when I was in high school, there's a time when I really, of course, because of peer pressure and pressure from the family, like your dad telling, because whenever I visited my dad during the holidays, he would tell me that, are you doing medicine? I want you to be a doctor, and of course some point I would tease him and be like, yeah, I'm doing medicine. But of course, he knew I wasn't doing medicine. So I would get a lot of peer pressure. People would say there's a lot of money in medicine. If you're a doctor, you make a lot of money. So at some point, I attempted to join the university to apply for a course in paramedics. But, thank God I wasn't given any position, because I wonder how I would handle such people in the paramedics department. So eventually I didn't get a position, and I just remembered that, what, I'm an artist. This is how I'm built. This is who I am. So I have to venture into what God has put on my heart, because I realized that when you turn your gift or your calling into a career, like, work tends not to be like real work. You don't feel like you're bothered to go to work. You don't feel like, I want to stay home, cover myself in the blankets. You're always eager to go out and and produce. So if you're out there and you're really struggling, like, should I be a doctor? Should I be a lawyer? Should I be a teacher? Like, just sit down and meditate. Who are you? What are those things that you really love doing, even when you're not pushed? Like, even if you're not paid, that you can easily produce. Because I, for one, even if you don't pay, because recently there's a person who told me to make an art piece for them. The bad thing is that I didn't ask for any money up front. So I produced a big art piece for them, and when they came, they were like, oh, this thing is too humongous. Where am I gonna put it in my home? She liked the art piece. It was really nice, but it looked so big. So she ended up not taking the art piece. So of course I felt bad, because I had put in a lot of efforts. I injected in a lot of money to produce it. But then after a few days, I was like, at least I like what I produced. I like what is on this board. I like whatever materials I used. I was happy that I produced. And eventually, of course, after some time, I was able to use that art piece as a backdrop on our Valentine's Day celebration here at my place. We welcomed visitors at our place, and we shared a dinner with different people. And guess what? The art piece I produced was about love. So it was a backdrop for our production. So I was happy. And even up to now, whenever I look at the art piece, I'm like, yeah, I like the art piece that I produced. So whenever you do your work and it's in line with your calling, with your gift, it is not tough to work. It is not hard. You're not pushed to work hard, because it's within you. So that's why I really love the career I chose, because it's part of me. And the fact that I'm kind of an introvert, I guess it's it's more of a blessing because of my career. When you're an introvert and you're a creative, I mean, in those silent times, those moments when you're meditating, that's when you get ideas to create. But just imagine if I wasn't an introvert and I'm all over the place having conversations here and there, I wouldn't get enough time to create. So the fact that God made me an introvert, I think I ended up in the right career, and I really love what I do. And I just encourage anyone out there, just don't be discouraged of who you feel you want to be. I remember when I was still young, even my family didn't want me to be an artist. My sisters, my brothers, I don't think they didn't want me to be an artist because they were feeling bad about me, but I think they were scared that I might end up not being successful for being an artist. So, of course, I can't blame them, because they really wanted the best for me. But as you know, we are all created differently. I really felt an inclination towards art during those early years. So I really worked so hard to disapprove everyone who was telling me that, it's not good to be an artist. But eventually they accepted me as an artist, because I think I'm living my life well, and I'm raising a family. I have a wife, I have kids, and they are in school, and it's a sign that art is doing wonders in my life, and I'm so grateful for what I'm producing, and whatever you're seeing in the video right there comes from my head. I like being creative. I like creating things that have not, of course, you cannot say that things that you're creating have never been created. Of course, you can never reinvent the wheel. Whatever we are producing has in any way ever been produced before. So we're just maybe beautifying it, making it look more unique, adding like materials that other people have not thought of using. But I know people have done macrame before, people have made leaves before, and it's not new, but we're just adding just small touches that make this work a bit more appealing, a bit more different from what our forefathers used to create. You know, it's quite a joy having produced a product from scratch, from just mere threads, using glue, using wires, and you end up producing an art piece like this one right here, using loofah and different materials. Wow, this looks nice. I love it, and hope you guys have also enjoyed the journey of working with me while I'm chatting. Have a nice time, and please subscribe to my channel. Share with me what product you want me to work with you next time in the comments, so that we work on it together next time. See ya. Be well till we meet, and we produce more work together.